Imagine you're in a circle of friends and suddenly everyone starts talking about money. Everyone seems to feel the same way. Money is never enough, and only a small proportion of people actually manage to get a good amount together and become rich. Perhaps you've heard someone say that only the rich get richer, or that money is for the lucky ones. These ideas end up making us believe that it is impossible to change our own situation. But what if I told you that money is closer than you think, that there are 10 ways to get rich and find opportunities that most people just don't see? Today, I want to show you these ways and help you prosper in your financial life. Stay tuned, because what you discover could be the first step towards a new relationship with money. That's why it's important that you pay attention to every detail I'm about to reveal to you. Let's get started. 1. Financial mentality and beliefs as the foundation of prosperity. Imagine that your mind is like a garden. If you plant good seeds, water them lovingly, and take good care of them, the garden becomes beautiful and flourishes. But if you plant bad seeds or forget to take care of them, the plants don't grow properly and weeds take over. It's the same with how we think about money. If you believe that money is only for the rich, or that money is hard to earn, these ideas are like weeds that prevent your financial garden from growing. We end up believing these ideas and, without realizing it, fail to see opportunities that could help us succeed. I'll tell you a story. Lucas was a young man who dreamed of owning a business, but he always heard from other people that owning a business is something for those who were born rich. With that in his mind, he ended up giving up. But one day, he read the story of someone who started from scratch and managed to build something big. He thought, what if I can do it too? With this new thought, Lucas began to see that he too could try and began to make an effort to open his own business. It was as if he had uprooted the weeds and planted new seeds. So remember, the way you think about money makes a difference. If you think it's possible, you'll feel more excited about pursuing opportunities. Your mind is like a mirror. If you reflect confidence and courage, opportunities will come back to you. 2. Individual talents as a tool for prosperity. We all have a talent, something we know how to do better than most people, and which we often do without much effort. It can be anything, a practical skill like cooking, fixing things, drawing, or even a more social skill like knowing how to listen to others, give advice, tell stories, or organize events. These talents are like superpowers, which, if we use and develop, can help us prosper, including financially. Many people have these talents but don't realize that they can be valuable on the market. Sometimes these skills seem so natural that we can't imagine that anyone would pay for them. For example, a person who cooks well may find it difficult to see that this gift could become a business. But if you look more closely, you can see that there is a huge audience of people who would love to buy quality home-cooked food, especially if it's made with care and attention to detail. Developing your talents is important, but so is learning to value them. Think about it. There are people willing to pay for what you can do, especially if you do it with dedication and authenticity. Over time, by offering something that only you do that way, you can turn your talent into a source of income. And if you invest in learning more about that talent, it can grow and open more doors for you. What's more, when we put our talents into practice, we are also helping the people around us, offering something that has value and makes a difference. So more than just a path to financial prosperity, our talents are a way of making a positive contribution to the world. This combination of unique skills and the effort to make them useful is a powerful recipe for financial success and personal fulfillment. If you're enjoying this content so far, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. I'm preparing a series of videos that will transform your financial life, and you can't miss them. 3. The importance of relationships and partnerships in achieving wealth. Carlos was always talented and full of ideas, but he had a circle of friends who didn't believe much in personal growth or in building a stable financial future. Whenever he shared a dream or a new idea, he would hear phrases like, "That's for people who already have money," or "To get rich, you have to be lucky." Over time, Carlos began to believe this too and put his dreams to one side. One day, by chance, he met someone at an event who invited him to join a group of entrepreneurs. At first, Carlos was wary, thinking he didn't have much to add, but he decided to see what the group could offer. At the first meeting, he was surprised. Everyone there was sharing tips, encouraging each other, exchanging ideas about business, and discussing ways of achieving financial goals. Over time, he made new friends in the group and realized that surrounded by people who believed in growth, he felt more motivated. At each meeting, Carlos left with a new idea, a new goal, and the belief that, yes, he too could build a better future. That sense of discouragement he felt with his old friends gave way to a desire to act and put his plans into practice. He understood that being around people with similar goals made all the difference. Our relationships are like the wind that helps push the boat along. If we are surrounded by people who believe in us and encourage us, our journey becomes lighter and faster. Like Carlos, having people with a vision of growth by our side gives us an extra boost, helps us see new possibilities and keeps us firm in our goals. By choosing who we sail with, we increase our chances of getting where we want to go. The role of opportunities and preparation in financial success. Juliana had always dreamed of having her own news website where she could publish stories that really touched people. But the routine of her permanent job and her day-to-day responsibilities kept her too busy to invest in this dream. Even so, she did what she could. Whenever she had free time, she studied how to manage a website, researched digital journalism, and saved up a little money so that one day she could put her plan into practice. One day, her boss suddenly announced staff cuts and Juliana was fired. At first, it was a scare. She was worried about the bills and what lay ahead. However, instead of getting discouraged, Juliana remembered all the preparation she had done so far and realized that this could be the opportunity she had been waiting for. With the knowledge she already had and the money she had saved, she started working on her website, putting the ideas and themes she had always wanted to share on the air. As she had already prepared herself, the process was easier than she had imagined, and in no time at all, the site began to gain an audience and generate income. Little by little, the project that was born out of difficulty became her main source of work and a great success. Juliana's story shows that opportunities do come along, but they don't always come wrapped up like pretty presents. Sometimes they arise in the midst of difficult situations. Those who are prepared can see these openings as chances to start again, to grow. So the key is not just to wait for an opportunity, but to constantly prepare yourself so that when it comes along, you're ready to take advantage of it. 5. Facing challenges as sources of financial and personal growth. Challenges are like unexpected bends in a road. At the moment they appear, they can seem daunting or even unfair, but by facing them, we gain strength and abilities that we might otherwise never develop. Each difficulty leads us to see our lives and our abilities in a new light, and this process of overcoming them often ends up taking us down paths we hadn't imagined. In the financial context, for example, a challenge can be a period of unemployment, unexpected debts, or even an economic crisis. These moments force us to look at our finances more strategically, perhaps for the first time, and think about alternatives to improve the situation. This is the moment when we ask ourselves, what new skills can I learn? What other source of income can I create? Are there ways to reduce my costs without compromising my well-being? It's at this point that we begin to identify and develop talents we didn't even know we had. For some people, a financial hardship leads to the discovery of a passion that turns into a business, such as a manual skill, a service they know how to offer well, or even a passion that could be monetized. What begins as a way of earning extra income in a tight spot can become the basis of a new career or even a company when there is dedication and vision. What's more, when we overcome a challenge, our sense of self-confidence grows. Knowing that we can get through difficult times makes us more resilient and prepared to face whatever lies ahead. Each obstacle overcome is a lesson learned and a source of knowledge that no one can take away from us. Over time, these lessons accumulate and make us better prepared to identify and seize opportunities, even in times of crisis. Facing challenges with an attitude of learning and openness is therefore fundamental. Not only do they strengthen our ability to deal with the unexpected, but they also push us to grow financially and pursue a life more in line with our goals and talents. 6. The relevance of innovation and ideas for wealth creation. Innovation is one of the great forces driving financial success and value creation in the world. Coming up with a new idea, finding a different way of solving problems or developing products and services is like breaking new ground in uncharted territory, something that can generate unique opportunities for growth and prosperity. Innovation doesn't have to be a major technological invention. Sometimes it appears in simple solutions that solve everyday problems in a creative and efficient way. Innovation means observing people's needs and finding ways to meet them with something new or improved. In the market, there is always room for those who can do more or better with less, or for those who offer a different approach to something that already exists. Innovation also lies in knowing how to adapt to changes around you, such as technological evolution, consumer preferences, and even new economic realities. By observing these changes, it is possible to identify market niches that have not yet been exploited, or services that could be done more effectively. What's more, innovation requires an open mindset and a willingness to take calculated risks. Anyone who innovates is testing something new and therefore always faces the challenge of uncertainty. However, this risk can be very worthwhile because by bringing something of value to people, be it a product, service, or even a work process, the return can be significant. This return is not just financial. It can open doors to other opportunities and the development of new ideas. Having an innovative idea is the first step, but you have to work on it and execute it. This involves planning, constantly learning, and adjusting the project as necessary. In a rapidly changing world, those who are able to reinvent themselves and innovate are better prepared to build a solid foundation of financial success and create lasting value, both for themselves and for others. 7. Vision and clear objectives as guides to financial achievement. Pedro had always dreamed of owning his own home, a place that was truly his, where he could raise his family with peace of mind. But this dream seemed distant and almost impossible, as property prices were high, and he felt that his income wouldn't allow him to save enough money. However, at a certain point, Pedro decided that he needed a concrete plan, something that would help him see clearly how to make this dream come true. He started with a simple step, setting a target of how much he needed to save each month to reach the down payment. Then he reviewed his expenses and identified small adjustments he could make. Perhaps he didn't need to go out to dinner so often or buy new clothes every season. By making these cuts, he was able to put more money into savings. In addition, Pedro began to learn about investments and learned that he could make more money if he invested part of what he saved. Over time, this clear vision, the goal of buying his house, became a guide in every financial decision he made. Every time he felt the temptation to spend on something unnecessary, he reminded himself of his goal and asked himself, is this taking me closer to or further away from my goal? Little by little, this commitment to his dream helped him stay focused and accumulate the necessary amount. After a few years of effort and discipline, Pedro finally managed to break ground on the house he had always wanted. The experience taught him the power of having a clear vision and well-defined goals. When you know where you want to go, every little action and every daily decision becomes meaningful, and goals that were once distant start to become achievable. This story shows that having a clear goal and a plan to achieve it is like having a compass that guides every step of our financial journey. Vision gives us direction and helps us build the future we want, one step at a time. 8. Books and knowledge as tools for financial education. Knowledge is one of the most powerful tools for achieving financial success, and books are an accessible and rich source of this knowledge. When we read, we have the opportunity to learn from experts, understand strategies that work, and avoid common mistakes that other people have already made. Books on finance, investments, and personal development allow us to broaden our vision, understand different paths to financial growth, and adopt practices that can transform our relationship with money. Reading also helps us acquire a solid foundation in financial education. By understanding concepts such as compound interest, investment diversification, and financial planning, we can make more informed and confident decisions. This knowledge not only helps us to manage what we have today, but also to better prepare for the future, whether by investing, saving, or planning for big goals, such as buying a home or retiring. In addition, books keep us up to date with market trends and economic changes. In a world where everything changes rapidly, knowledge becomes essential to navigate safely. Reading about new types of investment, for example, can help us understand alternatives and choose options that better align with our objectives and risk tolerance. By integrating reading into our routine, we are continually expanding our ability to make intelligent financial decisions and thus building a solid foundation for prosperity. Over time, the knowledge accumulated through reading becomes a valuable asset, capable of opening up new opportunities and helping us to build a more secure and prosperous financial future. 9. Honesty and integrity as assets for lasting prosperity. Honesty and integrity are essential pillars for building lasting prosperity. In any area, acting ethically and transparently generates trust, and trust is one of the greatest assets in any relationship, whether personal or professional. When people trust you, they are more willing to support your projects, recommend your services, and maintain a long-term relationship, which contributes to the stability and growth of your ventures. In the business world, for example, integrity is the basis of a solid reputation. Fulfilling commitments, treating people fairly, and being honest in negotiations are attitudes that strengthen credibility. This reputation generates concrete results, clients who return, partnerships that prosper, and opportunities that arise naturally. A good reputation is something that money can't buy, but which generates consistent returns over time. In addition, integrity helps to avoid legal and ethical problems that can damage both the image and the financial health of a person or company. Acting honestly, as well as being the right thing to do, avoids risky situations that can jeopardize long-term success. It builds relationships of trust with customers, partners, and employees, and thus creates a solid foundation for sustainable growth. Integrity and honesty therefore not only help one to prosper financially, but also generate a sense of achievement and respect. These values ensure that success is built on a strong and lasting foundation, capable of weathering storms and maintaining constant and reliable growth over time. 10. Money circulation and value creation. Paulo was a talented mechanic who, whenever he had free time, helped his friends repair bicycles. At first, he did it without expecting anything in return, just because he enjoyed the work and seeing people happy with the result. Over time, more people started coming to him, and he realized that there was an opportunity to turn his skill into a source of income. He set up a small bicycle repair business where he offered an honest, quality service. As the business grew, Paulo began to invest some of the money he earned in new tools and specialization courses, which further improved the quality of the work. In addition, he hired an assistant, creating a job opportunity for someone else. The money he received circulated, being reinvested in the business, the community, and the lives of the people around him. Over time, he realized that by offering value with his service, he was not only making money, but also creating something lasting for the community and for himself. Paul's story illustrates how money is a medium that gains value when it circulates, generating a positive impact. When we invest in what we do well and offer value to others, we create a cycle of prosperity. Money thus becomes a powerful tool that not only benefits those who receive it, but also helps transform and improve the lives of those around us. In this way, the act of contributing and generating value not only sustains the business itself, but also strengthens the community as a whole. And the more value we generate, the more rewards come naturally. So did you realize how each of these seeds can transform your financial garden? Now it's time to put it all into practice. There's no point in just knowing. The key is to act. Remember how we talked about the importance of having a vision, using your talents, and keeping an open mind about opportunities. These are the steps that will make your garden really grow. But beware, the time to plant is now. Every idea you've learned needs to be put into practice in order to bear fruit, so don't put it off. Start small, make adjustments, but above all, get started. All the effort you put in today will pay off down the road. Remember, you have everything you need to build a prosperous financial life. Now all you have to do is take the first step and tend this garden with dedication. Stay alert, don't lose focus, and let these ideas lead you to a fulfilling future. Financial success is in your hands, and it all starts now. Then comment below, "I am a strong person." I'll like your comment. And to continue with what you've just learned, watch this video that's appearing on your screen. See you there.